Not most, but many. Not all, but way too many. Way too many Jamaicans are envious of each other, disrespectful towards each other, and they cater more to the lower vibrational realm of things than the intellectual part of things or a higher vibration then. For instance, if I start talking about who take who for man and which girl say which man cocky bigger and who did this and who is Batman versus who is that, those kind of videos will get you hundreds of thousands of views amongst Jamaicans. If I start talking about the cockpit country and signing a petition and going out to march in numbers so the people them see that we are united on that front. If I talk about raising minimum wage beyond what it has already been raised, that I know nothing. If I talk about barrels of oil, how many hundreds of millions or billions of barrels of oil in Jamaica. If I talk about gold and diamonds and other precious metals in Jamaica's soil, Jamaicans don't give two fucks about that. That's the honest truth. Now, if I speak about mental health among our people and what we need to do as in pay attention to mental health and so how to recognize signs, triggers, etc., they give two F-U about that either. What Jamaicans care about, and this, remember I started the video by saying too many. Not all, but way too many. So it's no surprise to me that the latest headline trending in the news again, people are acting like they're surprised, like they've never heard this before. Millions and billions of barrels of oil found in Jamaica. And here goes the reactive crowd, right? Oh my God, how come nobody is talking about this? I saw one brother on social media, I don't want to use his video, but he knows who he is and y'all know who he is because of him set off the trend. Him have some dreadlocks in him here and stuff like that. But him came out and said something about how many billions of barrels of oil found in Jamaica, and Jamaicans are too caught, and 2 weeks later, Vybz Kartel get released, and Jamaicans are so caught up on celebrating Vybz Kartel release that they ain't even paying attention basically to the billions of barrels of oil that's found. Good for you, Jamaica, because you'd rather be entertained than care about things that, you know, benefit you, in other words. But the way how he said it, like, I care about man when I care about you. Jamaicans are some of the most grudgeful, bad mind, envious, hateful people towards their own kind of people. If you're trying to make better of yourself, nobody is going to uplift you and then tear you down and uplift you and tear you down like your own Jamaican people. It's something among us that is way different from even among other people. They tear down at a special level. And you all Jamaicans are my people, so I can talk about you like this because I've spent my entire life around you, right? Right. Just the brother tone alone. Let's address that before I get into this, the latest information. So just that brother's tone alone will tell you he doesn't give two shits about Vybz Kartel. He doesn't like Vybz Kartel even because the way how he said it, you know, care about man when I care about you. How do you know that guy doesn't care about the people? How do you know what he doesn't care about? You're not him. You're not even close to him to know his thoughts, his desires, his, you know, his who he cares about versus who he doesn't care about. But you're out here telling the people, you care about man when I care about you. Bro, Vybz Kartel was locked up for 13 years in prison. And we watched a prominent person in our society rise from the ranks of a ghetto youth all the way up the ladder to where he could rub elbows with the who's of who's and what's of what's and match them financially in Jamaica. Not only that, he was also teaching other Jamaican youths that the traditional way is not the only way to go. You know, you have many other ways to go. Get a trade, become an entrepreneur, do this, do that. You don't have to go to school and just study books and all that, because a lot of our youths, them are not built that way and they flush out of the system. And people end up telling them how they're not bright enough and that's why nothing ever happened to you and you never become anything, when that's not the truth. The youth is probably a skilled baller. He's athletically inclined more than he is intellectually inclined. He may be somebody who is artistically inclined more than he is intellectually or athletically inclined. You just have to find your avenue and don't let nobody stop you. These are the messages that Vybz Kartel was sending out, right? So he has a whole set of people that follows him. Now for you to come tell the world, we don't care about people, we don't care about you. Come on, man. Let's stop that. You could have talked to the people about the barrels of oil that's found in Jamaica without putting Vybz Kartel in there and without underscoring him then, talking about how people care about him but him not care about people. I thought that was irrelevant, but I use it just to show you guys how the hate bubbles up, that even when they're about to speak of something constructive, the hate takes over. They have a deep hate for each other. Trust me, I know. I've been on YouTube for quite some time, and I've been working on my platform, building it for quite some time. And nobody has been more disrespectful. Nobody has tried more underhanded tactics to get my channel removed or to stop my channel. Nobody has threatened my life more. When me see you, what me I gonna do, your boy, and this and that. Nobody has done any of that more than Jamaican people. Now, with that said, let's put the BS and foolishness aside, right? And I apologize for the one time I cursed earlier, but I just had to put it in there because, you know, it's words. And words sometimes express a certain level of emotions that you are feeling towards a certain situation. Kind of like when we say bomba clot. I don't know if any other word that could fill the space of a bomba clot. That's me teaching culture anyways. Yes? Alright. Now on to this. Latest news. It says, the long search for oil. This was recently printed, by the way, in the Jamaica Observer. We are in August of today is the 22nd of August, 2024. This was printed July 12th of 2024. The title says, the long search for oil. Everybody wants to know, is there oil in Jamaica, and is there a lot of oil in Jamaica? I'm talking about oil that could change the GDP. I'm talking about oil that could rescue the entire country, bail it out of its debts, because Jamaica have a whole heap of debt. Bail it out of its debts. Put food on everybody's table, like Jamaicans say, everybody can eat a food then. And rise or raise the country to a standard of living that's seen amongst like the more wealthier countries in the world that are oil rich. Is it possible? And is that there much oil there? Let me give you this article first, because this is what everybody's going on about. Funny thing is, we were going on about this long before this, and I'll show you the proof in a minute. But these people don't listen to you when you talk about intellectual stuff. Anything that requires a lot of thought, Jamaican people tune you out. Those are the lowest viewed videos on our channel. Anything that makes sense or is intellectual is the lowest viewed videos on our channel. Let's talk about this though. It says that after almost 8 decades searching for oil on the offshores of Jamaica. Now, I hope you're not slow. 8 decades, 1 decade is 10 years. So after almost 8 decades searching for oil on the offshore of Jamaica, that means that for the last 80 years, I would have to live 2 of my lifetime to meet up the 80 years there. Now, a lot of you out there ain't even that old yet, right? And none of we watching this reach 80 yet. So they've been searching for oil in Jamaica for 80 plus years. So it says, after almost 8 decades searching for oil on the offshore Jamaica, the people behind the latest phase of the exploration, while clearly trying to contain themselves, because they're overjoyed and happy, they are behaving suspiciously, as if they know something that the rest of us are waiting to hear. Could you believe that? This is the Jamaica Observer. This is one of Jamaica's main medium for reliable news. And they're telling you that the people who have been searching for oil in Jamaica for how many decades are now behaving suspiciously, as if they know something that the rest of us are actually waiting to hear. Now, earlier this year, the British-owned Unit Oil and Gas and the Jamaica-owned Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, PCJ, they took the bold steps of organizing an investor evening. Investor evening. At Jamaica's High Commission in London. You notice where it happened? At Jamaica's High Commission in London, England. Jamaica High Commission in London, England. Y'all pay attention. It was the biggest indication yet that the principals are ready to sign partnership for commercialization and production of the estimated 7 billion barrels of oil that they have apparently confirmed to have found in Jamaican territory. Bombaclot. Now the news has been slow to trickle down back to the Jamaican people and has always certainly not hit the front pages. But those who have been doggedly following the search, like we have, which began officially in the 50s. I mean, I wasn't around then. I'm an 80s baby, so I couldn't have followed it from the 50s, but I've been following it since I've been on YouTube, and our videos are here to prove it. Would have noticed that the excitement has reached levels that were never seen before. Spokespersons who have not been sparing in their use of superlatives to describe the potential volume of oil, and explorers believe that they may have found along the entire south of the island of Jamaica, which they call the Walton Morant License. They even have a name for it. For example, consultant Herman Hill says that Jamaican observer cover a massive acreage, which is 22,400 square kilometers, or the equivalent of 3.5 million football pitches. Yo! Let me say that again. This is the amount they're estimating. For example, consultant Iman Hill says that the Jamaican reserve, the oil that they found, the amount that it is, it's a massive acreage. About 22,400 square kilometers, or the equivalent of 3.5 million football pitches, football field. And we are now looking at early commercialization. Now Brian Larkin, the CEO of United Oil and Gas, previously Tullow Oil, changed their name, believes the potential value of the Jamaican reserve is double the island's gross domestic product. That's your GDP. And game changing. Wow. United Oil has been quoting as saying that the largest the largest repository within its wider zones of oil exploration offshore Jamaica was potentially worth, get this, $3.5 trillion. Break it down in US dollars because that's what we're spending today. About 23 billion US dollars. That's at 100% working interest over the 25-year production life of the license at current oil prices. Now, the fact that there is still need to prove that substances that resemble oil are indeed oil and will require investments to drill for core samples has not dampened the enthusiasm in London, UK, or in Kingston, Jamaica. They believe that the Walton Morton license is comparable to Starbroke in Guyana, which has been enjoying unprecedented GDP growth since discovery and development of oil reserves by ExxonMobil in 2015. United Oil has calculated that break-even point for drilling in Jamaica is $25 per barrel, or a fraction of the current US $77 a barrel that oil is fetching on the world market today. This bright outlook now favors the company finding a drilling partner to cut down on the US $30 million estimated cost that it's going to cause to build. That's how you run a business. You gotta think about your overhead costs when you're running a business and how you can pay off those and still make a profit. It's like you're opening a restaurant. You're going to have to think about employees, salary. You're going to have to think about supplies. You're going to have to think about the menu and how much those things are going to cost on your menu for your supplies. You're going to have to think about everything down to pots and pans and spoons and knives and forks. Do you want to dine in or dine out? Is it more of a liability or an asset? You're going to have to think about the light bill alone. You're going to have to think about everything. Those are called your overheads, right? So they're saying that in drilling in Jamaica, this drilling to get to this oil, which is estimated potentially worth 3.5 trillion Jamaican dollars or 23 billion US dollars, it's going to take about 30 million US dollars estimated cost to drill to access that oil. So they're trying to lower the cost that it's going to take to drill it, to get access to it, and keep a large profit on the back end. Now, the various Jamaican governments have rather impressively stayed with the oil exploration projects through the ups and downs, even when a fair number of large companies have come with great plans, but soon after packed up their equipment and departed. That tells me that there's been people all along who've been coming into Jamaica who've been saying, yep, we'll supply all the equipment, we have everything, let's get to it. And they drilled a little bit and then the deal didn't work out. They pack up their equipment, they left the island. All through it though, the Jamaican government has been staying right with them. Basically, the Jamaican government is saying this: you can come and you can drill, but you're not going to just drill and gain access to and take off and use all this and we don't get a cut because this is ours. Now, where does this put Jamaica and Jamaican people on a whole? Now, hold up. Hello?
Hello, Sean.
Yes, this is he.
Hello, Sean. Hi, this is Rachel on behalf of the police and troopers.
Ah. Waste a call. Anyways, back to this. The enduring belief. Okay, so the enduring belief is that even with the wild fluctuation in oil prices on the world market today, finding oil in Jamaica could mean replacing imports of up to US $2 billion a year with indigenous supplies in an energy-hungry nation. Jamaica is described as an energy-hungry nation. Apparently, we use up a whole lot of oil annually, and we're spending money from our pockets to get this oil into the country, right? And it's somewhere around $2 billion per year is what we're using, US dollars per year, right? That sounds quite high and weird. Replacing imports of up to $2 billion a year with indigenous supplies in an energy-hungry nation. That's what it says. Now, besides delivering long-term energy security, generating significant revenue, and creating economic opportunities for Jamaica, it would mean the ability to wipe out the foreign debt, which has been like a millstone around Jamaica's neck. There we begin to hope again. In other words, Jamaicans we're hoping that the oil that is found would go to helping us as regular people. We would see it trickle down somewhere. Let me tell you something, right? What I find about Jamaicans is this. On these social media platforms, when we speak about things that make sense, nobody really pays attention. But what I do find more interesting is that even the celebrities that we have, that their name carries weight, what they do is they watch the content we create and then they remix it and put videos out themselves as if they are the ones that created that bright idea themselves. Now, if you really care about Jamaica like that and your interest was to make things better, what you would have done was you would have been saying this, using your platform as somebody famous to say, hey, have y'all heard of the guy named SouFLoTV on YouTube? Here's his link. Share it. Please go over to his channel. Listen to him talk about gold found in Clarendon, Jamaica for C3 Metals Company. Listen to him talk about other precious metals found in Jamaica. Listen to him talk about the Jamaican government and their laws that they have that says anything that is found in Jamaica's soil, Jamaicans, it's not yours. So I don't care if it's under your house. You can drill through your living room floor and drill straight into the ground. And if you find under your living room floor a whole lot of gold or a whole lot of diamonds or a whole lot of oil, you strike oil and it's spraying up through your roof, they're coming to move your Ross house to access that right there, because that belongs to the government. And they've had laws in place. Actually, I think it belongs to the crown. And who is the crown? And they've had laws in place from Wapikin did fill up. For those of you who are not Jamaican, don't know what that means. From way back when. From I them did there, me knee. From I was a toddler and before I existed. They've had these laws in place that says anything you find in the soil in Jamaica, in the dirt, in the earth, is not yours. It's not yours. But we've had these conversations before. We've done these videos before. You can go on YouTube and look for these videos. My wife is on YouTube, Shakira. She used to be Brains and the Beat. She is now Shakira Sphere. And if you check it, I'm just going back, just looking over our videos. 5 years ago, Shakira did a video called Gold and Oil is Jamaica's Biggest Problem. Gold and oil is Jamaica's biggest problem. Shakira Sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E. Shakira Sphere. Look her up. And she did that 5 years ago. So when you see people coming today talking about, oh, nobody is paying attention and everybody's so busy celebrating one man when I care about them, cause Vybz Kartel get released 2 weeks ago, so him is the distraction. Shut the hell up. We've been talking to y'all about this forever, and this is just my wife's video, and she does YouTube as well. 5 years ago, she told y'all about the gold and the oil that is in Jamaica. 5 years ago. And today, y'all act like, not even act like, you guys are actually saying it. Nobody is telling, nobody now talk about this. All them care about is foolishness and friggery. Y'all love to push that narrative, boy. The real narrative y'all should be pushing, because this is the reality, is that everybody, including you, when y'all go to social media or when y'all go to media, y'all look for mix-up, drama, and low vibrational content. And that's the reason why. And then when you see something worth highlighting, you don't highlight it because of the innate jealousy that you have. Oh, damn. You hate to see your own people smarter than you. You hate to see your own people who are well-read, who do research, who don't really have time for the mix-up and drama, who are trying to pull your ear and your coattail to something else. Instead of you sending people over there, you ignore that content, but you remix it and come back later and act like you're the one that's on top of it. Y'all need to stop it. Is there gold in Jamaica? Hell yeah. I've said that for years now. Her video is 5 years ago. Just looking on here, you will see my video. 7 years ago, I did a video that says Jamaica or women are worth more than gold. Now, move back more, you will see where I did a video 4 months ago that says if you find gold on your land, it belongs to the government. Right. And all these videos are on YouTube. I'm scrolling my computer, looking at them, reading them up for you right now. 8 months ago, I did a video that says Canadian company finds gold in Clarendon, Jamaica. So it's not like we're not talking about that. And then 1 year ago, here's another video that was saying resistance is futile because of the powers that be. What does that mean? Let me take a sip of my watermelon, fresh pressed watermelon juice. Come here, chat whole heap on my throat, I get dry. Anyway, resistance is futile because of the powers that be. And I'm telling my Jamaican people this. So you can talk all you want about pay attention to and what we don't pay attention to. I can't even blame the people, truth to speak. You know why? Because unless Jamaican people are ready to move in a wave, numbers united that they have never seen before, Me I go talk it in a pattern like this. The whole I know if you go come out on the house and line up out in the road them and march go up a which part of the leader them live. And turn up there and block up the whole of which part them live. So when time them a roll out the big Benz and the big Range Rover in the morning and go to them office, them can't move. The whole I know, I'm not talking about no war protest, no blood or drama, I'm talking about peaceful protest. The whole I know have to go get united, but guess what? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And because that's not going to happen, you will not affect the how much billion barrels of oil that's found in Jamaica. Right? What will happen to that oil is your leaders will nyam off as much of that as they can. They will enrich themselves as much as they can off of those natural resources of the island. Their children will go to the finest schools in the world. Their children will inherit millions, if not billions of dollars in offshore accounts and savings and bonds and investments and real estate and this and that and money in oil reserves and this, that and the other. Their children will go to the best hospitals. Them too will go to the best hospitals. They will fly out of Jamaica when they are ready, when they feel like it. They will vacation around the world. They will live the finest lives. They will take the yacht out on the weekend. They will travel private jet style. That's how it's set up, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So when Jamaican people get past worshipping their politicians and start actually holding them accountable and saying to them, we are the ones that hold the power because we put you in power. We elected you on our behalf to stand on our behalf for our best interest. And you're not doing it, so get the hell out. Somebody else come in, get the job done. Until you're willing to do that as a people, you cannot affect anything that's found in Jamaica called natural resources. The powers that be will have their way. I'm telling you, the powers that be will have their way. Yes. So if you're wondering, oh my God, so if they found 700 or 7 billion barrels of oil in Jamaica, and this could potentially pay off every debt Jamaica had, open up all kinds of trade schools and finer institutions when we talk about the healthcare system that is first world, have all the machines that's needed for people who are suffering from getting burnt, have burn units in every parish, have state-of-the-art hospitals all over the country, and medical care is free to every citizen of Jamaica, and it's not on a subpar level. You know, when we talk about all these different things that this oil find or gold find or copper find or all these things, when we talk about what it can do, it's almost wishful thinking. And I don't care what nobody want to tell you. It is almost wishful thinking. Why? Because we as a people in Jamaica are not united enough. We don't want that change enough. We are purposely distracted. And check it. It's not other people distracting us. It is us. So stop believing that myth, because all of us are not dumb. It's not other people distracting us. It's other people giving us what we want. And what we want is distraction. A supply and demand kind of thing. You know, the conspiracy theorist people come on here and they're like, oh, that's why they released Vybz Kartel 2 weeks ago. So everybody can look this way. And while they're looking that way, they found gold and diamonds and copper and all kinds of stuff and 7 billion barrels of oil over here. But nobody could see it because they're all looking over there at Vybz Kartel being released. Aren't y'all tired of using that man as a scapegoat though? Huh? Aren't y'all tired of using his name anytime you want like a bit of fame? Remember Kartel said, if me not shit them can yam. Listen, this ain't about no Vybz Kartel, man. This is about us as a people, as a Jamaican people. You understand? And until the day comes that where we move as a unit, as a people, and don't tell me it can't be done, because I've seen other countries do it. Yeah, but see, some of them country there, was it Sri Lanka or wherever, their prime minister had to like fly out of the country, get on a private jet and dip out because the people came out in the millions and said, we're done. We're not taking it no more. Y'all raping off all the natural resources of the country. You're the only one that's getting rich. And we have too much poverty in this country, too much crime and violence, and we're just living subpar. While you fly high on your high horse and we worship you when we're the ones that elected you. We're tired of it. And the people came out. And until Jamaicans can do that, it don't matter what the hell you find. How much diamond, oil, gold, whatever, it won't mean nothing. Because they're going to do what they want to do with it regardless. Remember, I'm going to tell you that. Alright? So shout out to all the people who are remixing content that we've been doing for years. Trying to pull your coattail to this for years. Acting like you're the one that first started talking about this, and then have the nerve to say nobody else is talking about this when we know that you've been watching us talk about this for years. Shame on you. You're actually a part of the problem why we can't actually get to that goal that I speak of. Uniting more people to move in unison on accord. That's important to our well-being. Because everybody just want to be, what? Let me see how much likes and views I can get, because then me I go get the most money off of social media. And everybody is so selfish about themselves. And nobody is pointing out, yo, go listen to so-and-so. He been saying this. Go listen to so-and-so. She been saying this. I'm going to leave this here for y'all though. Like I said, go look up the video that Shakira did 5 years ago. My wife did this video 5 years ago. Is a Westmoreland girl this. Gold and oil is Jamaica's biggest problem. Just like that. How I said it. 5 years ago. I'll catch you on the next video that makes sense. But when you see me wilding out too, and cuss too bad word, and just do pure low vibrational topic sometimes, it's because I know that's what y'all want too. I'm out. Peace and good luck. Yeah.